Hi and welcome back to Beach Bumbling. Today we got 2 stops to make on the Jeep tour. First one's going to be Rancho Gaviota for lunch. We'll kind of walk you through what we had to eat there, what else there is to do. And then we're off to Cueva, Saturno, which is Saturno's Cave. We're going to do some swimming there and check out what that place has to offer. And that'll be the end of the day trip. We'll share the cost, we'll tell you how long the day was, what we thought of it, and if we would recommend it or not. Come check out your video tour guide to Rancho Relaxo. In case you missed the first video, our first stop was at Rio Canimar. We did a speedboat tour there. Checked out a pretty awesome bridge there as well. Second stop was at Laguna de Maya. There's a reef just off the shore there. We did some snorkeling. I did some scuba diving for 35 bucks. If you want to know more about that, watch the first video. We'll link it at the end of this one. Another quick recap is we got picked up at a resort on a bus. We were one of many people from many resorts that got picked up on the bus. We were the last stop getting picked up, which is a bonus. The 4 of us had our own Jeep. We were one of many Jeeps within the tour. You just played follow the leader. This is the drive from our last destination, Laguna Maya, on our way to our lunch at Rancho Gaviota. So we'll show you a couple things along the way, then we'll take you inside to get some lunch. On the way to the ranch, we're going to drive beside Matanzas Bay. On the main highway, you're going to see some sculptures or statues on the side of the road. That's pretty cool. And then when you look across the bay, you'll see the oil facility. Unfortunately, they had a big fire there in April of 2022 that impacted the fuel on the island. It's kind of neat as we got into the city, looking at the buildings and the people and just kind of taking it all in. We'd never been there before, so it was first time to us. Once we got through the city, though, it's back to a rural area and some of the roads getting a little bit crazy.
It was quite a long drive with a treacherous road. If you have any new drivers with you, it would be hilarious to let them drive the SUV on those roads to get there. We passed through a few small remote villages on the way there, so that was fun because we had brought treats. We read to bring treats for the kids. So they run out to the end of their drives or out to the street when the Jeep tour goes by, so we threw the treats out and that makes you feel good.
There in that restaurant is where we are going to have lunch. Once I ask, I will tell you what for lunch, right? So by the entrance of the ranch, there is a small wooden house. That's the farmer's house where you can have a nice cup of coffee.
Here on a ranch. As part of our tour today, we did a Jeep tour, snorkeling. I did some scuba diving. What else did we do? Long freaking day, I'll tell you that.
What did I like about the ranch? I just like the feel of the place, I guess. I grew up on a farm, so I really appreciated it. Really nice grounds, beautiful views. The animals look well taken care of. The food was really, really good, I thought. The best meal I had all week in Cuba.
Had some lunch here. This beef is actually quite good. It's the first good beef I've had really since I've been in Cuba.
I think Eric even ate the soup, and it was a squash-based soup, I believe, and he says he hates squash, so if that tells you anything.
Some soup, I don't know what exactly was in it, but it's delicious.
He hates squash.
Yeah.
I liked walking around and interacting with the animals. You could ride a bull there, I believe, if you dared to. You could also do horseback riding, which we didn't, but it's nice that it's possible for maybe people who live in a city or any big horse enthusiasts. That was cool. It was kind of siesta time there after lunch. You could relax, walk around, do whatever you wanted to do. They had a bit of a museum about the origin of the ranch and the family that started it, where you saw what it was like way back when. I had a great coffee there with the sugar cane as the sugar. And it was black. I usually don't drink black, but I really enjoyed it. The coffee was so good all around in Cuba. I don't think I had a bad coffee the whole time I was there. I just liked a lot of things about the ranch. It was relaxing, good food, good time. The only thing, I wish it had a pool because it had to be 100 degrees the day we were there. But yeah, other than that, it was a great trip.
So what you're looking at here is the restaurant where they feed everybody. Could easily seat 100 people, I would think, in there. It's kind of family seating, so you may end up sitting with a group of people you don't know. For us, it just worked out that there was just so many people, and we were the last people up to get lunch, and so we got our own table. But I will say, if you're into nature, this is a good place to go. There's lots of different looking plants, and there's mango trees, like all different kinds of fruit trees and stuff. This was a nice stop though, and it was good to see a different side of Cuba than the resort side. At the end of the day, they had a bunch of different fresh fruits you could try, and they were making guarapo, which is a sugar cane juice, I guess, for lack of better words. It's not a real complicated process. They just have two wheels that they end up shoving these stalks into, and it wrings out the juice from it. You wouldn't think you get that much juice out of a stalk of sugar cane, but you do. After everybody got their sample of the guarapa and got to buy fruit or honey, whatever they wanted, we were off on the next stop. We were here at this ranch for about 2 hours in total. Other than that, you can see the mountains in the background. And yeah, those in the background on this side are the Jeeps that we came in. You see them all back there. Not a whole lot to do with the ranch here. I think it's just more of a lunch stop. You can ride horses if you want. Some people did that. Just walked around, took some pictures. You can get a beer here. I don't think you can get a mixed drink, but you definitely can get a cold beer. It's a Spanish beer. I thought that was kind of strange. And that's it. We're headed back, I think, to the hotel now. It's a pretty good day. It took about 45 minutes to drive from Rancho Gaviota to Cueva de Saturno. There's some pretty cool things to see along the way, and if you're wondering what time of day you're looking at right now, it's about 3:30. So as Karen alluded to, it's pretty hot out this day, and we were looking for anywhere we could get into some water, so this couldn't be any better time than it was right now. The last of the 4 stops you'll make of the day is at Cueva Saturno, which is Saturno's cave. This isn't a place you're going to want to spend all day at, but you're going to, a couple hours max is probably what you're going to want to do here. If you're not with the tour, the cost is $5 US. The main attraction here obviously is the cave. Going on a cave tour of, I think it's called Saturno Caves. So this is what this is all about. But enough of me talking about it, let's go down these steps. Hope you like steps, and have a look. There's not a whole lot of lighting when you're walking down those steps, so maybe use the railing and be careful. And I'm not sure what it would be like if it was pouring down rain if you were there. You can go swimming down in the cave. You can go scuba diving too. I'm told if you rent with a local dive shop ahead of time. You can get the gear there to snorkel, but you're not going to see too much. It's quite dark down there. My GoPro wasn't picking much up at all. You can see here. Here's a look inside the cave. Just went swimming in it. It's about 24 degrees Celsius. It's actually quite refreshing on a day like today. But 22 meters deep in the deepest spot. There's a little cavern back there. You can go in the corner right there. And yeah, it's not going to take you too long to do this. This is part of the tour today. It's a cave. You can go swimming in it. It's very refreshing. It was part of the Jeep tour that we went on today, among other things. I think we paid $85 US. It's a full day. Some things I like, some things were kind of but for the most part, they give us a good meal, give us some things to do. Driving in Cuba is a bit weird, but it is what it is. And anyway, if you come here, I'd suggest you do it. You stayed in Varadero, so this is, I don't know actually how close to Varadero it is because it's the last stop of the day. But anyway, check it out if you want to. After a quick dip in the water, we went back up all those steps to get something to drink. And speaking of those steps, one more note, it's there's a lot of steps. If you got mobility issues, probably not a stop you're going to want to make. No idea what these creepy things are, but they're there. If you know what they are, leave it in the comments, please. You've also got a place to go to the washroom. You're going to want a tip if you use it, probably. Just like a pee, and there's the phone set them. And then you can get drinks here. Surprisingly, running into a lot of no beer-ish problems in Cuba, a lot of places that we've gone to. I don't know if that's normal or if that's not normal, but for me, having no beer on vacation is not normal. So anyway, we're gonna get a couple mojitos here. The tour allowed us, I think, 45 minutes here, and like I said, it's the last stop of the day. So yeah, I'm not sure. You might be able to get food here too, but I don't see anybody eating anything. So check it out. It's not gonna break the bank, and you're not gonna see this anywhere in Canada, anywhere from where I'm around. I don't think anywhere. All right, cheers. For those who want to rinse off after they've been in the cave swimming, there's showers available there. They're just off to the right of the path. They do sell snacks here. We didn't have any. We did have a couple cocktails. Kim and Al paid for mine since I drove. Had a mojito. It was pretty good. Lots of tables here. You can sit in the shade, sit in the sun. Got washrooms there, in case you wondered. All in all, this was a pretty cool stop. We would definitely suggest that you take the time to check it out if you want to get off resort and check out some nature and some things that you might not see locally in your own areas. So that's Saturno Cave pretty much in a nutshell. That was the last stop of the day, so it was just driving back to where our Jeep was, busing back to the resort, and then we would get back about 5:30, I think it was. So that's a full day. If you're going to take this tour, just know you're going to be gone all day. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you do us a favor and like the video, subscribe if you already haven't. Hit the notification button so you'll be notified when we make another one. All those things definitely help the channel. We've got some more coming up from Cuba, some places to eat, some other things we did off resort, so stay tuned for that. For all our American viewers, we hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend. Until the next time, cheers.